Hello everyone, welcome back to the synchronous motor drives. Hopefully this is the last video lecture uh, regarding your last module. Here I am going to discuss about microprocessor and microcontroller based synchronous motor drives. Here you can see that in your syllabus it is given only the schematics is required, but so we will discuss few points regarding this microprocessor based synchronous motor control. Here you can see a circuit diagram. Here you can see a circuit diagram or block diagram of a microprocessor based synchronous motor drive, and the system consists of a DC link converter. You can see AC to DC and DC to AC. Two converters are here. This circuit diagram we already discussed. Is a line side converter and load side converter, and we already explained the self-controlled and true control mode of synchronous motor drives using this circuit diagram. The system consists of a DC link converter which is made up of two 6-pulse bridge converters. Interconnected by a high smoothening inductance. Here you can see a high smoothening inductance. The DC link inverter feeds a synchronous motor whose field may be controlled by chopper or a phase controlled rectifier. In the normal operation, the line side converter operates as a rectifier and machine side converters as inverter. And for operating the line side converter as a rectifier, you know the alpha is varying from 0 to 90, and here it is load side or machine side converter, it is varying from 90 to 180 degree. And the control pulses to the rectifier are provided by microprocessor. That is the differences. That is why it is known as a microprocessor based synchronous motor control. These firing pulses are generated from a microprocessor with a proper interface between the AC lines and a microprocessor. There will be a proper interface between the AC line and microprocessor. And this various blocks you can see here, firing unit of these two converters. There is optical shaft encoder here, and here it is a current source fed synchronous motor, and it is fitted with a shaft encoder. Mostly it is an optical encoder, and stator and field currents are also sensed using some sensors and converted into digital form. We need a digital form of data. Here it is because it is a microprocessor. Before they are fed to the microprocessor, we should convert into analog to digital, then digital to analog for the further processing. And you can go through this block diagram. For a microprocessor based synchronous motor control, so you know that the advent of the microprocessor has raised the interest in the digital control of power converters. Nowadays we are not mostly using this type of digital controllers for controlling the power converters. And electronic motor drives are also now we usually using electronic motor drives, which provides the flexible and low cost alternative to the conventional methods. For the case of a permanent magnet synchronous motor drive system also, microprocessor control offers several additional features, principally which improved the performance of the system in terms of its reliability, versatility of the controller, reduced components, and reduced development and manufacturing cost. So all these things are advantages of a electronic based controllers. You can see the block diagram of microprocessor based synchronous motor drive. Here a permanent magnet synchronous motor or the synchronous motor you can use, which is fed from a current source DC link converter system or a current source inverter, because here there is a presence of a large inductance here. It is a current source inverter fed a synchronous motor, and which consists of a SCR inverter circuit through a rectifier, and this is operating from a 3-phase AC supply. So you can use, there are several block diagram you can see in the literature for this type of microprocessor or microcontroller based synchronous motor drives. Here you can see a shaft encoder is used for sensing the speed and position. Optical encoder can be used, which is composed of optical encoder is composed of a coded disc attached to the motor shaft, and it consists of four optical sensors, which is providing the rotor speed and position signals. The inverter triggering pulses are synchronized to rotor position reference signals with a delay angle determined by an 8-bit control input. The inverter SCRs are naturally commutated by machine's voltage during the normal conditions. The speed signals, which will be a train of pulses, speed signals will be in a digital form. It will be a train of pulses of frequency proportional to the motor speed. The speed signal will be a pulses of frequency proportional to the motor speed, and is fed to the programmable counter used for speed sensing. So these type of microprocessor based controllers are using optical sensors mostly. The stator current, we require to sense the stator current. Stator current is detected by a current sensor, and it is amplified by a optically isolated amplifier. The output signals are multiplexed and converted into digital form by a high speed analog to digital converter. So those things are associated with a microprocessor based system, and the main functions of a microprocessor are monitoring and control of the system variables for the purpose of obtaining desired drive features, and it can also perform various auxiliary tasks like protection. Not only the drive task, it also performs the additional functions like protection of the system, diagnosis of the fault, display, etc. Actually, in a normal operation, the commands are fetched from a input-output terminals, and system variables like DC link current, rotor position, speed, etc. are sensed and fed to the processing unit, central processing unit. After processing, the microprocessor issues the control signal to the these two rectifiers and inverters, so as to provide the programmed drive characteristics. That is the function, overall function of this one. Commands are fetched from the input-output terminals and also from the system variables, DC link current, stator current, rotor position, speed, etc. And it is given to the CPU, and which is actually processing the signal, and that will be provide the firing pulses to the these two converters. So at least you understand this block diagram. Here you can see one more alternate block diagram of a microprocessor based synchronous motor controller. Here also the same thing you can see, but in a different way. Microprocessor. This is converters. Source line side converter. It is the machine side converter. Firing pulses is generated from this microprocessor, and a different block diagram for the same current source inverter fed synchronous motor drives. This also you can go through, and we can see one more diagram. This is a microcontroller based permanent magnet synchronous motor drive. Microcontroller based permanent magnet synchronous motor drive. So these are the schematics of the microcontroller based permanent magnet drive. Here we are using DSPIC 16F2010 is a 16-bit microcontroller. Here we are using a 16-bit microcontroller, and that is given here DSPIC 30F2010, and it have a 28-pin configuration, and a default 6 PWM output channels will be there, and RB3, you can see RB3, RB4 and RB5 are input ports. Here they are used to give the Hall sensor output signal to the controller. Hall sensor, you know, it is actually sensing the rotor position. RC14 is a digital input port. You can see the RC14 here, that is a digital input port used to give on and off command. And AN1 and AN2 are used to give analog inputs. AN1 and AN2 are used to give analog inputs. Here analog inputs means the reference speed and current data to the controller. That is through AN1 and AN2. So according to the rotor position information from Hall effect sensor, controller will generate PWM signal to control the inverter. Inverter output is given to the motor, and motor operates according to the voltage from inverter. So this is completely based on a microcontroller, that is DSPIC 30F2010, and you can see the various structure: 3-phase inverter, then synchronous motor. These three are the input ports, and AN1 and AN2 are to give the analog inputs like speed and current, and there are 6 PWM output channels, that is given here, 6 PWM output channels. And according to the rotor position information, that is from Hall effect sensor, controller will generate PWM signal to control the inverter to give the desired characteristics of the permanent magnet synchronous motor drive. So this diagram schematics also you should go on through, because this schematics is required in your syllabus. It is given microcontroller based permanent magnet synchronous motor drive schematics only, but you should give some few idea I have given here, that also you should explain with that schematic diagram.